Hi, good morning, everyone. I think we have few of the students. Let all your friends join in and we'll start. Hi, Jagruti. Good morning. Good morning, PJ Gamer. I think you can ask your friends to join in. Maybe on the you can notify them on the Slack group as well. Okay, that's really great. Devansh. Uh, Earlier we set it for 9 to 10, but if you guys are interested from any of the class, you can join in and you can learn. Okay, C# networking. So it's photon or mirror. What do you used? Hi, Jairaj. Okay, so we'll start in 2 minutes. So you'll have a glimpse of C# coding as well today. You don't have to worry about it. I'll share the code to you, and I will show you that how you have to, place the code so that everyone games should work. Okay. You can create any game. Perhaps now to start, I think you can start with whatever examples that we have in the project. You can start with those. You can understand the architecture, and you can, if you're really planning to do it, I think if you start from now and coming 1.5 year or 2 year, you can develop your own game. You just have to understand the pipeline very well. So whoever haven't joined on the Slack channel, you can join. So I think I have much more technicals to cover today, so I won't without any delay I'll start. So good morning everyone, hope you're fine at your home and keeping yourself safe. And today in the sixth session, I think we are halfway there, our summer course. And today we will we already have a player, we will build it, and we will give some sensitivity into the player, so that when it touches to any sort of collectibles, it will collect coins, points or anything. And we will implement a bit of audio as well. So I have one or two audio files with me, and I will show you how we call those audios whenever needed, so that you will have a visualization of what actually you experience when you play a bigger sort of game. Okay, so these are the three major topics we will cover today. Okay, so I'll start opening Unity, and if you have any question, keep that question on and ask for it. You just drop it on the comment box, so that you can interact. And whoever haven't joined on our Slack channel yet, they can join on the Slack channel more often. Even if I'm not there, your friends are there who already have solved so many problems by themselves, and with the help of me either way. So you can join there, and you'll get help. Okay, so we'll be connected forever. Okay, so let's start. I'll just turn off my video. Okay, so I opened Unity Hub, and I clicked on the on desired project to open it up. So it's opened. Okay, so this was the scene that we last worked on, or maybe I told you to work on. And I was working on the rollerball. Okay, so in the rollerball, I'll just turn on those lighting that I have deactivated that day. Or either way, I don't think it's an issue, because I think he created a very cool effect with two different custom lights. Okay, okay, so I'll delete this one. So first of all, we will add something, so that our this is our player, so our player will understand that the object that I am touching, that is a collectible object, and when I touch it, I can generate some points for me. Okay, and accordingly, if you understand these sort of logic, and you can relate with the other sort of logics, like if you touch any obstacles, if you touch anything that is harmful, how they are deducting, or it's how it's decreasing your coins, values or points from the game. Okay, so without further delay, let's start. Okay, so to implement any sort of user defined logic, we have to write a code for it. Okay, so here if you see on the ball, okay, we already have some of the scripts attached. Okay, so we'll create a script there. How to create a script is right click on the project window, you can go and create a C# script. So to make it everything organized, I prefer to create folders and put the scripts into it. So I created a folder called scripts. Okay, inside that scripts folder, I'll create the C# script. Okay, so I'll name it as a coin demo. Okay, so if you have any of the um, code editors or text editors, any of this, if you have in your system, that will open up that editor, and you will get to see the code. Okay, and you can edit the code accordingly. Okay, so I have Visual Studio. Okay, so here you can see when we created a script, and some of the things um, came by default in one is start and update. Okay, so to make you understand, start, if you write anything inside start, like some of the cache, if you want to utilize, it's like a cache memory utilization. So if you need something in the game, you are calling it before get the when the game starts exactly. Okay, so suppose I have some weapons. Okay, or I have something attached, that should be attached to the player body. Okay, like the different kind of weapons and everything. So I'll call it the start. Okay, so that weapon is now in my cache. Okay, or with that weapon is with the player. Okay, and when I'll implement, when I'll use it, when I'll see any sort of enemies, or when I have to utilize it. Okay, so in the update is called in every frame. Okay, here is a comment line about it. Okay, update is called once per frame. Okay, so in each frame. Okay, so update will be called. So so frame rates are dependent on your GPU. Okay, so if you have a moderate or a good GPU, good graphic intensive, if it can deal with, then it will give you 60 to 120, 100, those frame rates. Okay, so means per second, there are 60 frame rates in there are some of the frames, it's changing the frame, it's like flipping the card. Okay, so in each flip, okay, it will update itself. Okay, so suppose in the running game, you have to shoot on your enemy. Okay, so you have to write those logic inside update only. Okay, so you'll understand it when you'll study more about object oriented programming or anything. But to understand, it's a start, when you start the game, it executes an update in the each frame of the game, it executes. Okay, so we are not really going to use this script. Okay, so we already have a script attached to the player. Okay, rather we will implement that. Okay, so I'll just check where it is saved. So it is saved in standard assets, characters, rollerball, scripts. Okay, so I'll double click on it. So it's opened. So here you can see it already implemented much more complex things over here. So maybe you won't understand that. You just have to do whatever I'm doing over here. I'll give you the code snippet, and I'll tell you where to add it. Okay, so it is a ball. Okay, I'll add one function over here. Okay, and inside the function, okay, so let me write it, and I'll make you understand afterward. Okay. Mm, okay, and I want to see it. Okay, so there is a common code to see the output. Okay, that's print, we all know, and then I want to see the, okay, so that is it for now, and let me save it. So I've edited the script and I'll save it. So everything I'm doing in the on the ball script only. Okay, and so what I'm doing over here is I have a integer. Okay, there is point or coin or anything, it's a variable. Okay, um, and I have created one method. Okay, so perhaps this method is given by Unity. Okay, to implement on trigger enter. Okay, so by the name of it, on trigger enter, you can understand that when this object will enter into a triggered area, it will do something inside that script. Okay, so we also added one condition. Okay, if other means whichever trigger area or whichever triggered object, if they're touching. Okay, so it will have a index of it. Okay, it will have a collection of it. Okay, it will check it has a collider connected or what it is properties. Okay, so in the argument we will get that as other. Okay, so in the condition we are checking if other, whichever object it has touched. Okay, it has a tag of coin, then execute this. Okay, point is equals to point plus is equals to 1, so it will increment it, or in generic terms. Okay, point is equals to the point plus 1. Okay, you can write it any way you want. Okay, so it's more understandable to you. So whatever existing point we have. Okay, we have a point. Okay, over here is equals to point plus 1, so existing point value plus 1. Okay, now if I have 1, and if I have point value as 1, then what it will do, it when it will touch a object, it will make as a 1 plus 1 is equals to 2, then 2 will be the value of the point. Okay, after that when it is 2, then it will make it 3 when it will touch. Okay, so and here it's a generic output statement we have in C or C# also. So we use debug.log, but print is much more understandable, and you'll understand it better. Okay, so I'll save the code. I'll come back to Unity. Okay, now so what I wrote over here is other dot tag w is equals to coin. Okay, so it will search for a tag of coin. Okay, so we have a coin over here. Okay, so this is our coin. And just a second, we'll reload everything. So it is a coin. Okay, coin has a collider. So notice here it is asking for a collider. Okay, so if it touches a collider, then it will get index of it. Okay, the collider, then it has a tag over here. Okay, in the object property. Okay, the tag is untagged. Okay, so here you can see there are respawn, finish, editor only. Okay, there are tags are there. Okay, but the coin is not there. Okay, so we'll add one tag, new tag as a coin. Okay, okay, so it's a coin, and now I'll click on coin again and see tag and coin. Okay, so I tag the object as a coin. Okay, now I'll play and I'll see that it is not working. Okay, it's touching but nothing happens. Okay, because it can't go through. Okay, so why this has happened is in each collider, if you see, there is a property called trigger. Okay, so we have to make this trigger on. Okay, so that the trigger means it's generating some event. Okay, so now I'll click on play and I'll keep an eye on a console as well. Let's see what happens. Now you see the value of the point is 1 right now. It's updated. Okay, so to make it more understandable, I'll just write something there. Okay, so that we can understand it more elaborately. So I'll duplicate the coin. Okay, so if you see each time we touch it, it will increase the value. Okay, so moving and touching it. Now you have 1 and coming back and touching it again. Now you have 2 and touching it again. You have 3, you have 4. If you just stand there, you'll see that 6, then 7. Okay, so each time you touch it, it will give you points. Okay, so any confusion up to now? I know you will have lots of confusion. Okay, so I'll check for your questions. Okay, so any question up to now, or you understood it well? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, so here you can see when we we touch an object, it creates some points. Okay, so now we have to make it a bit sensitive. When we touch it, it should be the coin object should be destroyed, or it should be deactivated, right? Otherwise, from the one place, a player can generate enormous number of points. Okay, so there will be no challenge kind of thing. Okay, yeah, it should be disappeared. So how we can do that? Okay, so I'll just go to, so over here, so now we collected a point. Now what we want to do is we want to make that object invisible. Okay, how we can do that? So here you can see we are getting hold of that particular object, whichever object we touched, okay, by this other key. Okay, so I'll just click write other dot set active false. So I'm just deactivating it. Okay, okay, see over here, it's executing the scripts and looking for any errors and bugs over here. Okay, so it's reloaded, and now we'll play. And when I touch it, it goes away. Okay, so there's no coin anymore. Okay, and suppose we duplicate the same object. Okay, duplicated it, and let's place the object over there. Duplicate it again, let us place an object over there. Okay, okay, and now 1 2 3. Okay, so like this, it can collect coins right now. Okay, so understandable. Whoever haven't understood can post that they haven't understand. Okay, so I'll just recap everything up to now, whatever we have done. Okay, so here in our game, in earlier session we added coins. Okay, so we added cool effects like by placing lights under it or with it. Okay, so we have coins right now. So we wanted our ball, when it moves around, okay, it should collect those coins. Okay, it should collect those coins means in generic terms it's collectible, right? It will collect some collectibles. Okay, so to make it work, we had to create scripts. Okay, so as we already have scripts attached to our roller ball. Okay, so what we did, we went to where the ball script is. Okay, the project window. Okay, and we opened that. Okay, then we created one integer variable called point. Okay, and then we we called one unit is defined function, that is on trigger enter. So what it is doing is, so it will move around and it will touch with objects. Okay, so whichever object, if it has any on trigger parameter activated, okay, our ball will collect that. Okay, so these on trigger enter, where we get to see. So if you go to coin or any of the object that added collider, you'll get to see that the box collider or sphere collider or any collider, you'll get to see it has a is trigger property over there. Okay, so on that property, it by default it's not activated or it's not true. Okay, now I'm making it true to make it work. Okay, so the otherwise our object won't understand, when it can't go through. Okay, so it's entering the trigger area. So with these, if you make a door, okay, to make it more understandable, I'll just make a door over here. Okay, 3D object, and okay, and it's not exactly door, but assume that we have a door. Okay, okay, so assume this is a door and our player have to go pass through it. Okay, so when we touch a door, what happens? It opens, or when you go to a door area. Okay, so in the common game like PUBG or Free Fire, when you stand outside of a house, sometimes it shows up, click something to open the door. Okay, to get inside. Okay, so how it will know that you are on that door open area? So it creates some trigger space like this. Okay, so you have a collider, and in the collider you can turn on its trigger so that it will act like an event generator. Okay, so when you touch the trigger, okay, it will do something. Okay, it will call for some logic. It will go and check what logic is implemented inside that, and it will execute those logics. Okay, so suppose it is a door. Okay, and suppose it is a door, I'll show you a real-time implementation of it. So in the door, I'll just edit the collider, and in the front of the door, I'll make it a big size, a bigger. Okay, yeah, and now I want to make the cube. Okay, this cube, just rename it as a door. Okay, and here you see it has a tag. Okay, so every component has a ID or tag or this kind of thing. Okay, so if you see, if you get into your school, you have a tag of you have a tag of like from which class or which section, which year you are. Okay, so class 9 students, like you are like a coin, and I'll tag it as a class 9. Okay, so like that, all the door I'll have as a door tagged. Okay, currently it is untagged, and I'll add a tag. Okay, so one tag we added, that is coin. I'll add another one as a door. Okay, I'll save it, and I'll click on the door again, and I'll go to tag, and I'll tag it as a door. Okay, so in the code side, what you have to write is, so suppose we earlier we did like we were checking for a coin. Okay, a tag as a coin, then it will generate coins. Okay, it will generate points for you. Okay, Then now I'll add another condition, like if, okay, other dot tag. So tag is equals to what I want is door. Okay, so when it touches a door or it enters into a trigger area where it tagged as door, what it will do, it will show you that and click G to open the door. Okay, let's save it and let's see what happens. And it's executing. Here you can see you have to wait till it gets executed. Okay, Sanket Mala wants to change the color of the coin. Yeah, we can do that. It's pretty easy. We learned. We can make it blue if you want. Okay, make it red if you want. Okay, like this. You just have to create a material and you have to change the color. Okay, so it's executed. Now we play. And just keep an eye on the console. Okay, it will print something on the console where you're able to collect a coin. Because we can't collect a coin right now because you see in the coin, okay, the is trigger is deactivated. Okay, and we implemented door. We also can't get into the door, okay, because this trigger is deactivated over there too. Okay, now we'll just stop playing and we'll activate the trigger for the door. Okay, and activate the trigger for the coin as well, and I'll play it again. Okay, now you see we entered into, it's showing that click G to open the door, means you entered into the door area. So if I clear everything from the console and if I just move back, okay, and if I enter into that area again, see it's showing me that click G to open the door. Okay, so this is how in your any kind of bigger game also it works. Okay, here it is showing on the console, but we can make a UI object or UI text on the screen to make it work. Okay, okay, so this is also UI. We can read that or we can use that too. Anyway, so understood. You don't have to worry about the snippet of code. I'll send you that code. Okay, just don't worry about it. I'll send you the code and I'll also tell you where to add it. In any of the game, it's not about rollerball. In any of the game, if you want to implement that the collectible, you can do that. Um, okay, so pedal harsh, it is a example project. We call it as a roller ball. Okay, so ball will be rolling. So the scene is already given. You just have to implement your stuffs to make it more interesting, like a full-fledged complete game. Okay, so Abhivashin corner. You have to understand that the door. I tagged it as a door, but no, for the game engine, it's not completely a door. Okay, so there we have to implement more logic. Like I have to implement an animation over there, so that when I get into that area, or when I click on G, okay, then door will open. So we can add something over there. It is showing that print click G to open the door when we enter into that area. So if we implement more, if dot get down code G, then then okay, so you're taking an input from the keyboard. Okay, so input dot get key down. So when the key code G will be pressed, okay, we are deactivating the game object. Okay, um, to see its effect, we'll come back to Unity and let it be executed. Okay, so I think it's executed. Yeah, so now we'll play and we'll see. Okay, so I'm here now. Now if I click on G, nothing happens. Okay, now I'm moving. Okay, so it's asking me to click G to open the door. Okay, so I clicked on G. Should get the object deactivated. Okay, just a second. I think I got an error in the code. The game layer selective false. Okay. Okay. So I'll stop the playing and I'll again. Okay. Okay, so I'm in the area and I don't think it's taking my input from the keyboard. Okay, so I'll check for that. Visual Studio input on. Okay, I think there is some error over here, so that will take the input in the update only. Okay, maybe not sure about that. So let us assume that when you are inside the door area. Okay, so it's entered. Okay, let me change it to stay. Now just a second, and brought everything back. And okay, so if I'm staying inside that area, let's see what happens. Yeah, but the door size can be expanded. Door can be animated to as an open. Okay, so it's a kind of a cube that I've added. Okay, so basically in the game, in each door there are animations added. Like we added the animation of moving left to right, right to left in the coin. Okay, so what it does in the game is when it enters into that area, when you click a key, it will open the door. Okay, it is not, it's not like in the like real world, it's just playing the animation. So in the animation what it is doing, it's just I'll just show you, it's just rotating the door like this. Okay, so you feel that the door is opened, and you can get inside. Okay, so this is how this is how the logic works inside the game. Okay, but the the logic is same. Okay, logic is same for everything. Okay, understood. Let me see if that part of code is working. Okay, now you see, so I'm inside that area and I clicked on G and it disappeared. Okay, so if you want to see that effect again, I'll just play. So I'm moving into that area. Now it's consistently asking that click on G to open the door. Okay, so what I did is I make the door disappear. Okay, so I click on G. Now the door is not there anymore, so you can now pass through. Okay, like this. So the core logic is like this only. Okay, so I can't implement right now. If you want me to implement, it will take more time to make it animated and open to create the animation of closing and opening it. It will take more time, but I want to make you aware of the logic behind it. Okay, so what you want, actually the door was a distraction. I'll get back to coin instead. Okay, so door, I can keep it there, but I don't want it there, and I want it to be on trigger enter. Okay, just don't get distracted, just understand the logic. Okay, and okay, so here the object is also disappearing, and now we want to implement one audio as well. So when we touch it, it should play something, right? And to make a audio work, we have to add one audio component. It's audio clip. Okay, audio clip. Coin collected audio. Okay, and I have to make it public. I'll make this point Also public one, not right now. Okay, so I'm taking one I'm creating one public variable of type of audio clip, and I'll come back to Unity and stop playing. And I will import my audio file. Okay, so I have one audio file downloaded, so I'll right click on the project and I will click on import neo asset. So audio is an asset over here. Okay, click on asset and it's downloaded on the downloads, and okay, so here's audio and I'll import it. Okay, and it should be imported. Yeah, it's imported. And here in the inspector, if you click on it, click on the audio, you can play the audio. So I think you can hear this too. Okay, so when it touches the object, I want it to be played, this audio clip. Okay, so I'll click on roller ball. Okay, now you see in the ball script, it's asking for a coin collected audio. Okay, so let us drag and drop it. Okay, now I dropped it. Now I have an audio file connected to the script. Okay, now let us check whether it's working fine or not. I'll just tilt the door. Okay, so it's collecting the audio, but it's collecting the coins, but it doesn't play the audio, right? So why? Because I have this um, audio connected to the script, but I haven't played it anywhere, right? Okay, so in the when our object touches a coin, okay, so it's adding a point and it's showing that you have this much a point and it's deactivating it. So before deactivating, I want it to play a audio. Okay, so it is coin collected audio dot to play. Okay, okay, so I have to change it perhaps to an audio source. Okay, now audio dot play. Okay, so it will play the audio. Okay, accordingly we have to add one audio source over here. Okay, what we can do is we can drag and drop the audio on the scene. Okay, so I've added the object in the scene. Now let it be executed over here. You can see you'll get to see the effect after that. Okay, now you see so this audio clip, I just dragged and dropped it on the scene. Now you see it added one audio source inside it. Okay, so here one parameter we have to deactivate. Okay, why you have to deactivate, I'll just show you now. So you can see when our game starts, there is a beep that it's playing or audio it's playing. Okay, so why? It's because play on awake is activated. Okay, we want to deactivate it, so we'll deactivate it and we will play. Okay, now it's not playing on when the game started. Okay, Now what do you want on our roller ball? It is coin collected audio. It's saying it's type mismatch, so I'll drag and drop the audio itself. Okay, so coin collected audio, I just dragged and dropped it over here. Okay, I'll play it again. Now when I touch a coin, it's making a audio. Okay, and the coin is also disappearing. Okay, so like this we add audio on the logic as well. Okay, is it cool? Okay, so perhaps I will I'll add a music, background music too. I'll search for okay, so I'll download some background music from the internet. Cinematic, Christmas, happy. I'm always happy. Click on happy. So okay. Not appropriate. Not appropriate. I'll go for guitar instead. Okay, just too much. I like this one. So I'll try to save it. I don't know whether I can save it or not. Sure purposes. Yeah, copy. Okay, it's downloaded. So it's Nils Blues. Okay, it's downloading. Let me see a better option than that. Okay, so it's downloaded, and the name is Nils Blues. Okay, so I'll come back to the engine and I'll import a new asset. Okay, and it is in my downloads folder, and I'll just add Nils Blues mp3. I'll import it. Okay, so I think we are running out of time. I'll just recap it in a moment. So this background music, I want it to be played when the game is started. Okay, so I just dragged and dropped it on the hierarchy window. Okay, and it has a play on awake. I want it to be played when it's awake, and the priority, the volume is 1. You can see I want to make it a bit voice is a bit lower, so 0.2 or 3 maybe will work for me. Okay, so I'll just play and I'll check. So like this, having audio in the scene means you're giving your game much more life. Okay, so I'll just duplicate those coins around, and just quick recap. Okay, what we did today. So today is everything about a bit of a scripting. You don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to paste that. I paste this snippet of code in anywhere. So I'll show you how you can implement this what we did, okay, in any of the scene you work on. Okay, so so this much script we have added. Okay, so I'll just copy the code. Okay, just this is a step 1. Okay, copying the code. Okay, and the step 2 is whichever scene, like I'll go to sample scene, I'll go to scripts, and sorry, I'll go to scenes. Let me go to the car. Okay, so it's asking me to save the scene. I'll save the scene in the car. Okay, car doesn't have a wheel collider, so we have to search for something else. Okay, so it's 2D character. Okay, so 2D character is there, and 2D character has a collider. If you see collider, and it has a rigid, it should have, okay, it has a rigid body, it has a collider. Okay, so so playing around this with this 2D scene. Okay, okay, so our object, it can move around, it has some objects over there. Okay, this purple color or anything, so you can make those as a collectibles too. Okay, so how we can implement our code over here is platformer character 2D or any of the script. Okay, you can take it up. So I clicked over here, so it's showing me where it is saved. Okay, in the project window. Okay, so it is, I clicking here, and it's showing there. So this is the script. So I opened the script. So there are much more complex logics are there. So what you have to do is just go inside the class. Okay, so you'll see awake or start. Okay, and you'll see update. Okay, the move. Okay, so methods are there. Okay, so you don't have to go too much far. Okay, so private void awake or start, if you'll see, so you just create space in this area and you'll just paste it. Okay, so I pasted the code. Okay, and I'll save it. Okay, after that, coming back to Unity. Okay, as I have edited the code, it will execute. It will take some seconds to execute the code. Okay, so it's executed, I think. Now these objects are in the scene. Those are 2D objects, I believe. Okay, so I click on them. So it's like all the objects over there are these objects only. Okay, so you can select those at a time. Okay, all of those. Okay, just click the first one and click shift and select the last one. Okay, so I hope everything is selected over there. And now if you see, the tag is untagged over there. Okay, so we have to add a tag for those. Okay, so that we have a tag called coin. Okay, earlier I created one. If you haven't created, go and go to add tag and create one tag. Okay, then come back and make the tag as this one. Okay, so the coin is a tag for me. And 2D character, I have edited the script. Okay, script, now it is asking for coin collected audio. Okay, so I have to implement these two audios as well. So first one is a background audio. Okay, so you can download any background audio you want. If you have any music in your system, you can add those too. Okay, the background one, I've added it. Okay, on the scene. On the scene means you just drag and drop it on the hierarchy window. Okay, and I'll click on that audio, and you see audio source is connected. Play on awake is activated. So the background music when the game starts, I want it to be played, and the volume, so I should not it should not interrupt my gameplay. So I want it to be as 0.2. okay, the value is 0.2 or 0.1 or 0.3 as you want. Okay, so the background music is implemented, and I want to implement the coin collection audio too. Okay, so I'll add this collection audio, can play it from the inspector. Okay, the collection audio also I want to add in the hierarchy. Okay, so I add in the hierarchy, and make sure that you made the play on awake as false. Okay, so unticked it. Okay, now it won't play on when the game starts. Okay, and the volume is 1, it's fine for it. Okay, and in the 2D character, okay, so if you go to the script that we have edited, it is asking for a coin collected audio. Okay, so if you click on this bullet, okay, you will get to see 2 of the audio sources there. So Neil's Blues, it's my background audio. I don't want it to be connected. I want this Mix Kid Arcade Game Jumping Coin, okay, jump coin, this to be connected with this script. Okay, so just double click on it. Okay, you'll get to see over there, and you can also drag and drop that on the area. Okay, so if it matches, then it will take it. Okay, now if I play, I think, oh okay, so there is a step that I forgot, is so these collectibles over here, this it's this collectibles over here. Okay, it should be is trigger enabled. Okay, otherwise it won't get a trigger of it will get a trigger of it won't get any trigger to collect that object. Okay, so its trigger is on. Okay, now let us play and see. I think everything okay, it's dropping, I don't know why. And this platform, okay, it's a collider. Okay, so I think it the 2D component has some different kind of features added. So if you want to test it, you can test it in the whatever we have done on the roller ball. Okay, okay, so other audio, you know how to connect it. You can come back to the video and you can always check. And the snippet of code, I'm just pasting it on our Slack channel. Okay, okay, so this is our Slack channel, and okay, and I just paste the code over here. Okay, so that any one of you can collect the code from there and you can implement it into your game. Okay, yeah, so that is it for today. So If you have any doubts, you can post it over there. If you are having some issues, your audio is not getting played, okay, so I'll guide you how to play it. Okay, so that is it for today. Hope you keep yourself safe and take care of your family. Yeah, bye, have a nice day.